this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder that Capital One Bank Guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also tell you about how Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bankguy. Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
If audiobooks are your thing and you've been meaning to listen to more of them, you should check out a podcast called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audio Club, hosted by Cal Penn. Each episode spotlights standout audiobooks on Audible across all kinds of genres: sci-fi, comedy, romance, thrillers, and more, with Cal talking to guests who help break down what makes each story worth listening to. It's a fun, easy way to discover your next great audiobook. Check out Earsay on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Brought to you by the all-new 2014 Toyota Corolla.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark, and I'm with Charles W. Chuck Bryant. He's with me right now, drinking his LaCroix.
That's right.
And Jerry's over there, fresh back from San Francisco. Everything's coming up aces in this room right now.
Just because we're here?
Yeah,
Okay.
Just because it's stuff you should know.
That's right. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, I'd like to shout out Little Bit Sweets.
For no reason other than they make awesome candy.
Well,
and
yeah.
send it to us from time to time.
And
Although, it's been a little while.
Well, we're doing chocolate today, and Little Bit Sweets in Brooklyn, New York, now has a retail space.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
At Chelsea Market. You ever been there?
That's awesome. I have not.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that the one that's relatively new and awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder if they're rubbing elbows with Mario Batali and all that. Doesn't he have a place there?
I don't know.
I think he does.
I've been through there, though. It's a cool place.
That's neat.
So congratulations to Liz and Jen of Little Bit Sweets.
Congrats, you guys.
Go see them at Chelsea Market. They make great chocolate. And I'm going to ask Liz after this is released if we screwed it up really bad or if we got it pretty good.
Oh, the chocolate thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she'll know.
Well, sure. She's a chocolatier.
That's right.
Okay, that was nice of you, Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck.
Yes.
Well, you just kind of screwed up my intro question.
Oh, really? What was it? Have you ever had chocolate?
Do you know about chocolate?
Yeah, I know a little bit about chocolate.
I do too now. And I was surprised at reading this article how closely this episode will probably resemble our coffee episode.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's just they're almost two beans in the same pod.
Yeah, and some of the processes are similar, and I totally thought the same thing.
Yeah, people are exploited in much the same way.
Yeah, true.
There's child slavery involved.
Sure.
Fair trade swoops in and tries to correct that.
Yeah, there's beans, there's roasting, there's drying.
Yeah.
All sorts of similar processes.
And there's aficionados who, I imagine, can tell the difference between a bean grown one place and a bean grown another place because it makes a difference, as we'll find.
True. I think we should finish out, maybe we could make a sweet and do wine, and then those will be kind of three similar.
Well, no, we got to put it in with our beer and cheese episodes, too.
That's right.
We'll call it the Good Life Suite.
Let's add yachts at the end, just to cap it off.
What?
Yachts.
Oh, yachts.
Yeah, beer, wine, cheese, chocolate.
Yachts.
Yachts.
I never realized
Coffee.
how ugly that word is until just now.
Yeah.
Yachts.
That's the way I said it.
Even if you say it like it's spelled, you come up with yachts.
Yeah.
Stupid word. So, Chuck.
Yes.
Chocolate, it turns out, is actually a pretty ancient thing.
Yeah.
Like eating chocolate. It grows from the cacao tree.
Well, consuming chocolate.
Right, okay, yes. Nice catch.
Yeah.
They found a bowl from somewhere in Mesoamerica that dates back to, I think, 1300 BCE.
Yeah.
And it has residue, chocolate residue in it.
Still?
Yeah.
Yum.
Traces of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know that people have been consuming chocolate since at least 1300 BCE. It's highly unlikely that we just happened to find the first bowl that was ever used to consume chocolate for the first time.
Right.
And we know that the first record of somebody mentioning chocolate came about 300 AD. The Maya were drinking it back then.
That's right.
Yeah.
They offered it to the gods.
Yes,
It was highly cherished.
it was.
But it was a beverage, and for 90% of chocolate's life, it has been a beverage. Gritty, frothy, kind of bitter beverage.
And then sometimes they would add cinnamon, hot pepper.
Yeah.
I
I like
and-
hot pepper in chocolate, by the way.
Yeah, I do too.
Like the chili chocolates. So good.
A nice sipping chocolate.
Well, no, I mean the hard variety.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's good in like a sipping chocolate too.
Oh, really?
You can come across that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Maya were the ones who like really kind of founded chocolate consumption as we understand it. And then it was adopted by the Aztecs, who had a pretty short memory span, apparently, because the Aztecs, the Triple Alliance, conquered the Maya at some point and said, hey, we like this chocolate, but we're going to forget that we got it from the Maya. We're going to say we got it from the god Quetzalcoatl.
Right.
And he was a god who was kicked out of the dominion of gods for giving chocolate to the Aztecs, as the
Yeah.
Aztecs tell it.
Which is not nice.
What, getting kicked out?
Yeah, for sharing your chocolate. You know?
Yeah, because you're out chocolate and you got kicked out of the pantheon.
That's right. And the Aztecs called chocolate, I'm going to pronounce that Huacatel.
I think that's probably right.
And it's thought to mean bitter water. Mm-hmm. And like you said, they would add certain spices to it to make it more palatable. But the gods and the kings and everyone thought it, it was like a super drink. So they would drink
Right.
like tons of it.
Well, yeah, Montezuma was apparently fond enough of it that he drank like 50 cups of it a day.
That's crazy. I think we said that in another one. That sounded familiar.
It did to
That
me
stat.
too.
Yeah. Or maybe he drank lots of coffee too.
I wonder what it was.
I don't know. It was a currency?
Yeah, there's actually a 16th century Aztec document that is basically a currency exchange for cacao pods.
Yeah.
Beans. For chocolate beans. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 100 of them buys a turkey,
Yep.
and it's a 1-for-1 exchange for a good tamale.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
Yeah. But the point is chocolate, like, it was sacred to the Mesoamericans.
Yeah.
It was currency. It was a big deal. And then the Spaniards came along and they said, what are you guys drinking? And they took a sip and they spit it out. And then they tried it again. They're like, maybe it's okay. And there's some pretty good quotes about what the Spaniards thought of chocolate and how it tasted.
Yeah, one of them comes from a Jesuit missionary, and he said it is as loathsome to such as are not acquainted with it, having a scum or froth that is very unpleasant taste.
Yeah, I also saw another quote that said it was a Spaniard who referred to chocolate as a bitter drink for pigs.
Yeah, really bitter chocolate I can't stomach.
No, and that's what they were drinking. I mean, like,
Yeah.
the concept of sweet chocolate came thanks to Europe, and it came about
Yeah.
this time. So, who was it that conquered the Aztecs?
Cortés.
Cortez, the killer. Cortez basically said, all right, I'm going to take this chocolate and we're going to see what Europe does to it. And Europe went crazy for it. They
Yeah, of
loved
course
it.
they sweetened it.
Right. That was Europe's big addition to chocolate. Was
Yeah.
adding sugar cane or honey or molasses or something to the chocolate to sweeten it. And all of a sudden Europe is like, we like this.
Let's enslave the people that grow it.
Cortez comes back and says, good news, they love the chocolate. And Montezuma and the rest of the Triple Alliance were like, that's great, we don't care. He's like, no, this does pertain to you.
Yeah, this is good news and bad news.
Right, exactly.
Bad news is you have a new great father.
Meet my thunderstick.
Sure, the boomstick. So what the Europeans did, they enslaved them for a while, and then the demand rose. So they said, hey, why don't we just start growing this stuff in territories that we have conquered, which is you can only grow the cacao tree within about 20 degrees north or south of the equator.
The tropics.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it likes very wet conditions. And it's also, apparently the cacao tree is really finicky, which we'll talk about. But when they did figure out that they could plant it along the tropics,
Yeah.
the cost of chocolate dropped tremendously in Europe.
Yeah, which was necessary to make it, something that wasn't just for royalty.
Right. And then still at this time, people were consuming it as a drink, even in Europe as well.
Yeah.
But they were sweetening it. And then so you would have a person who got a hold of the beans, roasted them, and then made their own chocolate and then sold it all in one place.
Yeah.
Then the Industrial Revolution happened and everybody applied the principles of industry to everything.
Yeah, basically smash everything.
Right, exactly, and see what happens. Use a machine and smash it.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Luddite, and then you smash the machine itself.
That's right. In 1828, there was a Dutch entrepreneur named Conrad Johannes van Houten. You thinking of Milhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How can you not?
I know. And he was the first one to press the cacao bean, which separates, and we'll get into all this later, but it essentially separated the cacao into the butter and the powder, the dry part.
Right, and he figured out if you add a little more butter back into it, which is strange, you can make a bar.
Yeah, or if you add a little alkali, be a little less bitter, a little more palatable. Mm-hmm. And then Joseph Fry, an Englishman, said, hey, why don't we add a little sugar, maybe a little more cocoa butter, and now we have the first chocolate bar.
Okay, so I have it wrong. Joseph Fry invented the chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Van Houten invented Dutch cocoa, which is a sweeter cocoa powder.
And Rodolphe Lindt, if you might recognize that name still.
How do you not like Lindt?
He invented conking in 1879, and we'll get into what that is later, but it's a pretty important process.
But it's conch like the shell.
Yeah, because the first machine
Or the
was shaped
fritter.
like a shell.
Right.
But we'll get into what that means, but it basically makes it smoother and more affordable. You can mass produce it.
Right.
As like the chocolate bars we know and love.
And then, in the early 1900s, all this is going on within a few decades.
Yeah.
There's like all these sudden quick advances in chocolate that takes chocolate from this frothy, gritty, bitter drink
Yeah.
to chocolate as we understand it today, starting in the 19th century. And then I think in the 1904, early 1900s, a guy with the last name of Nestle thought to add milk powder, and then we had milk chocolate, and humanity achieved its pinnacle.
That's right. Henry Nestle and Milton Hershey. Mm-hmm. Very important dudes.
Sure.
And that was for milk chocolate, but you can also make dark chocolate less bitter by some of the same processes. Because, when you buy the dark chocolate, it has a percentage of cacao.
Right.
And the higher the percentage, the more bitter it is.
Right.
I can't go above 70 is my max.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did your mouth just start catching on fire, or your teeth
No,
fall
it's just
out, or
bitter.
what happened?
Like that bitter chocolatey taste. Some people love
face
the
puckers.
super, super bittery.
I'm a super taster with bitter.
Yeah.
You remember in our taste episode we talked about super tasters?
Yeah.
Since that episode, I've noticed that with bitter, I taste it way more than most people.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
How do you like your chocolate?
I can handle dark chocolate, but it tastes really bitter to me.
Uh-huh.
But I can barely handle grapefruit. I had to train myself to enjoy grapefruit.
Yeah, I don't like grapefruit.
Yeah, maybe you're a bitter super taster
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
But I can tell you that just practice makes perfect with drinking grapefruit juice.
Oh, well, for me eating chocolate.
Right.
And I sprinkle a little sea salt on it now too, which is
Do
really
you like
good.
that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the seed or the bean a little bit. They grow in pods on a tree, and the tree itself they grow taller than 25 feet, but for cultivation they trim them so they don't grow above 25 feet.
Yeah, about 10 or 12 is the height that they try to keep them at.
Yeah, because people climb up and pick them.
Yeah, this is something I find very interesting
Or
about.
not climb. I think they use a long tool.
Like a telescopic
Knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cacao trees are so fickle that they actually have kept chocolate production as a family business.
Yeah, you can't mass produce these things. You can't mass harvest these things. It's still got to be done by hand.
Yeah.
Because the pods and the seeds don't all ripen at the same time.
Right.
So you can't just drive a machine in there and be like, get all the pods out. And so you have to do them individually, one by one, when they're ready to come off the tree.
Plus, harvesting a seed pod, which is about the shape of a long orange football,
Yeah.
about 12 inches long. The way you harvest it is really important because if you break off the bloom,
Yeah.
that it's growing out of, you will damage it so that no other pods grow out of that. So it's a really, really finicky tree.
It's kind of cool.
It is cool.
I think,
90% of the world's cacao is grown by just 2.5 million farmers, all of them working 5 to 10 acre plots, family plots.
Yeah,
so it's like a family farming business for sure.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it was Mesoamerica, but now most of the farms are in Africa, in West Africa.
Yeah, Cote d'Ivoire is like the cacao producing.
Was that Ivory Coast?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they prefer Cote d'Ivoire.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, they produce more than 1 million metric tons just on the Cote d'Ivoire,
right.
per year. There are only 3 types of 3 varieties of bean.
Right.
And they are the Forastero, and it's the most common because it yields the most beans.
It has the most chocolatey taste too.
Yeah, and it's the hardiest, so
right.
they do better. And then on the other side of the coin, you have the Criollo, which is very complex but very difficult to grow, very delicate, and a small percentage of all the cacao beans that are harvested.
Right, and then there's the Trinitario, which is a hybrid of the Criollo. Is that how we're saying it?
Yeah.
And the Forastero. That somebody took a Forastero to Trinidad, where they were growing Criollo.
Yeah.
And they hybridized. So you have like basically this full spectrum of finicky and then different tastes of chocolate.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, like with coffee and like with grapes for wine, if you're an aficionado, you know what geographical location will produce different flavors and tastes.
Right.
And companies, when they make chocolate, are very picky about and secretive about exactly where they get their beans. Some it's all one farm. Some they like to do a nice blend, but that's a trade secret.
Right.
But just because you have a Forastero bean in one part of the country doesn't mean it'll taste the same as in the other part.
Right. So not only do these different varieties produce different tastes, like depending on where you grew a specific variety, it'll taste different from that same variety grown elsewhere.
That's right.
And those trees, we should say, are called Theobroma cacao.
Yeah.
They were named by Linnaeus, and it translates to cacao, food of the gods. And those 3 varieties aren't the only 3, but they're the 3 dominant varieties grown worldwide.
Oh, they're more than that? Okay. So I guess we should get into a little bit about the process.
Yeah, because what interested me is all those European additions to the process of producing chocolate are still based on the original ancient means of growing and producing chocolate. So it's like you still go through the process of producing chocolate, then you just take it through these additional steps to make chocolate as we understand it.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool because they're doing this ancient method.
Yeah.
Like still.
You've heard there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's only one way to make chocolate.
Right.
You know, machinery has improved, but you're right. It's still the same, which is really neat.
Right.
So you have these ripened pods like we talked about. They change color from green to orange. And then it's time to cut them down. And then the beans and pulp are removed and left to ferment, which is exactly what you think. They cover it up with banana leaves and stuff and let the moisture seep out of it slowly.
Yeah, and this is one of the few things where alcohol is just a byproduct of the fermentation process rather than the goal.
Right.
Because I'm sure some people drink this chocolate alcohol, but for the most part it's discarded.
Is it?
Yeah, as far as I know. I don't think Nestle's bottling it or anything.
Yeah, but I bet the farm workers might have a nib. Wonder what that tastes like.
I'll bet it's awful.
I'm sure it is.
If you're always on the lookout for a great audiobook, or you just want help figuring out what to listen to next, there's a podcast you should know about. It's called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, and it's hosted by Cal Penn.
That's right. Each episode takes a closer look at some of the most talked about new audiobooks on Audible, spanning a wide range of genres, from sci-fi and literary fiction to rom-coms, thrillers, and comedy.
Yeah, Cal is joined by guests who dig into what these stories are about, what makes them stand out as audiobooks, and why they're connecting with listeners right now. So if you're looking for your next listen, this is a great place to start. Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, everybody. I want to talk to you a little bit about Tide Evo because it represents over 10 years of innovation and product development. Tide Evo is a first-of-its-kind technology where tens of thousands of minuscule fibers are spun together to form a 6 times powerful layer packed with scrubbers, brighteners, pre-treaters, and fresheners. And that's going to deliver a breakthrough clean that's so powerful it feels like magic.
Yeah, it is kind of like magic. Tide Evo is revolutionary. A 100% concentrated, waterless laundry tile that's made of compressed microfiber soap layers rather than liquid or powder. And it's not like pods or sheets because it uses 6 layers of detergent fibers to deliver superior cold water cleaning without plastic packaging of any kind. And it provides a mess-free, lightweight solution that dissolves lickety-split. So whenever you run into a laundry challenge, turn to Tide Evo. It's revolutionary. It's magic. Try new Tide Evo. Real laundry magic.
So in the cacao bean, there's things like bacteria and yeast that produce acids and gases, and they break down some of those sugars over the course of this fermentation process, and they're going to end up dark brown in the end.
Right after about a week of fermenting.
Yep, and then they pack them in the jute bags, take them to the buyers. They grade the beans because, it's very specific, like the quality of the bean. You'll get a certain price, depending on how good they are.
Right.
And then it goes on to the next step.
Which is where the companies who produce chocolate buy the seeds from the buyers.
That's right.
And those sugars being broken down in the fermentation process become very, very important at this step. Because the first thing you do is you take all of your cacao beans and roast them. And when you're roasting, and in this article it says that sometimes you just roast the nibs first. I've found that pretty much everybody roasts the bean and then roasts the nib separately later on.
Yeah, the nib is actually the meat.
Yeah.
It's actually what becomes chocolate.
Right, a cacao bean has a shell that you take off, and the meat inside is a cocoa nib.
Yeah.
So you roast the bean first, and then later on you roast the nib itself. And as you're roasting it, what you're doing is creating something called the Maillard reaction.
Yeah, man.
Which is basically the sugars that were broken down and exposed during fermentation are combined with amino acids that are also present in the cacao.
Yeah.
And when placed together in the presence of heat, you have something called flavor compounds that are produced. And depending on the amino acid present, whether it's cheese or whether it's beer or whatever it is,
right,
bread, the sugars and the amino acids are going to react differently to create different flavors. And with chocolate specifically, these different amino acids produce chocolate flavor.
Yeah, it's non-enzymatic browning, and if it's not just chocolate. I mean, if you like pretzels, or if you like
the flavor of anything.
Well, no, that's not true. It's only certain things that have this reaction.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like bread when it's toasted or baked, a steak when it's browned.
But anything important.
French fries.
Right.
And so the roasting process, it's anywhere from 30 minutes to a couple of hours at about 250 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. And every company has their own methods for this. Everyone's going to have their own specific, roasting process. But that's a general thing.
Right.
So the next thing that happened is you need to get that nib extracted. And so they quickly cool the beans and send them through what's called a cracker and a fanner. And that splits the shell and blows off the shell, and you're left with the nib. And then at that point, the nib is ready to go to the mill to be ground.
Or it's roasted and then ground into chocolate liquor.
So it's roasted again before it's ground?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. If anything, the nib's the thing you want to roast for sure. This article insinuates that you might not roast the bean. You're just going to roast the nib.
Gotcha.
You definitely roast the nib first.
Okay.
Because that's where the flavor compounds come from.
But you can roast the nib inside the bean too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's as a two-step process.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So now it goes to the grinder, a mélangeur, which is French. And there are these big granite rollers that basically mash up those nibs into a paste they call the mass. Then that goes into a press at about 6,000 pounds per square inch.
That's a lot, man.
It's a whole lot.
That would crush you flat.
Yeah. So much that it actually melts the cocoa butter into a liquid called chocolate liquor.
Pressure. From pressure.
Just from pressure and friction.
Oh, okay. Well, that produces heat.
Yeah. So that's your chocolate liquor, even though it's not alcoholic at all.
And that was Van Houten that came up with the process you just described, right? He's the one who figured out how to separate powder from butter.
Hey, Bart.
Right.
Yeah.
Millpool.
Milhouse Van Houten. So then you've got your two components. It basically separates them. You've got your liquid cocoa butter at this point.
Right.
And your powder. It's called a press cake. Your dried powder is.
Or cocoa cake.
Cocoa cake? Mm-hmm. I like that better, actually.
I do, too.
So depending on what your purpose is from here, you might go in some different directions. If you're just going to make like Nestle Quick, chocolate milk mix, you're going to pulverize that powder into a finer powder.
So that's another thing I saw on the Ghirardelli site when they were describing how they make chocolate. It sounds like you would pulverize that cocoa cake, no matter what. And then the harder or the more you pulverize it, the smaller the micron of the chocolate cocoa powder. And so the finer that is, the less grainy your end result chocolate will be.
Right.
So like Ghirardelli says that they grind theirs down to 19 microns.
Because they want a very smooth product.
Exactly.
Because they're Ghirardelli.
Right. And then the butter or whatever you introduce back into, whether it's cocoa butter or say like canola oil or something, is going to also have an impact on the quality of the chocolate made.
Yeah, and if you're reintroducing cocoa butter, it's a better quality, obviously,
than
vegetable oil.
Yeah.
All right. This is also where you add in sugar, some other flavorings.
Lecithin?
Yeah, what is that?
I was hoping you don't. It's an emulsifier.
Oh, okay.
So it, makes it fluffier, lighter.
All right.
That to me is like the fact of the podcast. Like, how many times have you looked at an ingredients list and been like, what is lecithin?
Yeah.
It's an emulsifier, friends.
Okay, that's the fact of the podcast?
Yeah, strangely.
All right. I haven't picked mine yet. Maybe cocoa cake.
Okay.
So next up we have the process that Lindt figured out early on that we talked about, conking. And some people say this was an accident because he forgot and left it in a mélangeur too long.
Right.
Which may be true, who knows. But basically what you get is a smooth liquid, which makes it easier to mold into chocolate bars.
So I looked again on the Ghirardelli site. They had basically the conker or the conking machine is just like a huge vat with two paddles like constantly going around.
Yeah, I've seen other ones too.
It was just bizarre how this article reads. Like they almost, I think they literally call it a magic process that people don't fully understand. And basically to me it was like, no, you're just kind of mixing these ingredients together for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it's such that the cocoa powder, every grain, every micron of cocoa powder becomes coated with cocoa butter.
Yeah, it's just really intense mixing.
Exactly.
It's not magic.
Right. Yeah, I just thought that was really strange.
Yeah, that
for
was
How
a
Stuff
little
Works
weird.
article.
Agreed.
It was really Insane Clown Posse-ish. Conking is magic.
Yeah, that's funny. So it's not magic. It's just really, really thorough mixing. Evenly distributes that cocoa butter. It polishes the particles, makes everything super smooth and delicious. Generates a little bit of heat.
Yeah, which helps create more flavor compounds.
Yeah.
Because in this time it's with the sugars and the amino acids in the milk.
That's right.
Combining with those things in the chocolate too, which takes you to flavor country.
And it's where that Maillard
That's what I'm talking about.
reaction happens.
Yeah. Because it happens again because it's producing heat.
And then finally it introduces air, which removes even more bitterness. So that's the purpose of the magic of conking. Then we have to temper it. Tempering, they don't even really say what it is either.
So you know how, like, if you make candy, you have to have a candy thermometer or else it's going to just be completely screwed up?
Yeah.
And like a candy recipe will be like, do not go past this temperature.
Yes.
So they figured out that there's 6 stages of crystal formation.
Well, we got to say what tempering is first.
I thought I was.
Well, it's stirring.
Oh, it's magic stirring.
It's stirring, heating, and cooling and reheating while you're stirring.
Yeah.
That's what tempering is.
Exactly. But what you're doing on a chemical level
Yes.
is that you're forming cocoa crystals. And there's 6 types of cocoa crystals that can possibly form in chocolate. And they've figured out that type 5 crystals are the ones that make the best chocolate.
Yeah.
So you want to heat your chocolate up to the point where all these type 1 through 4 crystals turn into type 5 crystals.
Yeah.
But not so much that your type 5 crystals turn into type 6 crystals, because at that point, you're fired. If you work in a chocolate factory, man, you make type 6 crystals, you're in big trouble.
Well, they have machines that do this now.
Right, but before, they
Sure.
would fire you on the spot for making type 6 crystals.
Yeah, or if
probably.
you set the machine wrong, they can fire you.
Right.
I'm sure.
You're going to get fired one way or another.
Yeah, someone's getting fired.
But you also don't want it so, you don't want the temperature to go, to stop before it hits 93 degrees Fahrenheit, which is apparently the magic temperature for type 5 crystals, or else you'll just have type 4 crystals.
Yeah, which apparently aren't any good.
So think about this process that's been undergone that started with picking seed pods by hand.
Yeah.
Fermenting them under banana leaves.
Well, how'd they figure that out, though? Like, who first looked at these disgusting-looking things
Right.
and said, hey, I bet that would be good?
Like, haven't you wondered how many people had to die to figure out, like, what we can and can't eat as human beings?
Sure.
Like, along the way?
Yeah.
There had to be a lot of, like, well, so we stay away from that.
Yeah.
Let's try this weird-looking thing next. Who's up? Whose
Well,
turn
the
is
first
it?
people to eat anything. I'm sure the first person that looked at a cow and said, I bet in that furry creature inside that lies
Right.
some pretty nice meat.
Yeah. The
You know.
cow went, no.
Yeah, I agree. I like that stuff. I like going back to the beginnings.
But this process is just mind-boggling,
Yeah.
just to make chocolate. And I'm really glad that all these people came together to contribute to chocolate, to the creation of chocolate as we understand it and love it today.
Agreed, sir.
Yeah.
I love chocolate. So the tempering process in the end, besides the chemical gobbledygook, is going to define how hard and shiny and glossy that chocolate's going to end up being.
Yep.
So have we made the chocolate?
Yes, we have. I think you just cool it and then you press it into bars or whatever.
Yum.
And Chuck, that seems like a fantastic place to put a message break. What do you think?
Yes.
If you're always on the lookout for a great audiobook, or you just want help figuring out what to listen to next, there's a podcast you should know about. It's called Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club, and it's hosted by Cal Penn.
That's right. Each episode takes a closer look at some of the most talked about new audiobooks on Audible, spanning a wide range of genres, from sci-fi and literary fiction to rom-coms, thrillers, and comedy.
Yeah, Cal is joined by guests who dig into what these stories are about, what makes them stand out as audiobooks, and why they're connecting with listeners right now. So if you're looking for your next listen, this is a great place to start. Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, everybody. I want to talk to you a little bit about Tide Evo because it represents over 10 years of innovation and product development. Tide Evo is a first-of-its-kind technology where tens of thousands of minuscule fibers are spun together to form a 6 times powerful layer packed with scrubbers, brighteners, pre-treaters, and fresheners. And that's going to deliver a breakthrough clean that's so powerful, it feels like magic.
Yeah, it is kind of like magic. Tide Evo is revolutionary. A 100% concentrated, waterless laundry tile that's made of compressed microfiber soap layers rather than liquid or powder. And it's not like pods or sheets because it uses 6 layers of detergent fibers to deliver superior cold water cleaning without plastic packaging of any kind. And it provides a mess-free, lightweight solution that dissolves lickety-split. So whenever you run into a laundry challenge, turn to Tide Evo. It's revolutionary. It's magic. Try new Tide Evo. Real laundry magic.
Okay, so we're back to chocolate.
Yeah, so back to chocolate. We should talk about a guy named Milton Hershey, who was a great guy because he made chocolate inexpensive and able to get it into the hands of children for just a few pennies a bar.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
And now people love it worldwide.
They do, and now they can love it in all sorts of weird ways too. Like, I love the chocolate-covered potato chips.
Yeah, those are good.
Chocolate-covered bacon.
I don't know if I've ever had that or not.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, pretty much chocolate in anything's fine.
Yeah, I like the salt. I like the heat. Along with chocolate, you can get chocolate facials these days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that though.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I don't know. Give me a mud mask.
But made of chocolate.
No, made of mud.
We should probably say who eats the most chocolate in the world.
The Americans probably?
No, the Americans eat about half as much chocolate as the Brits, the Germans, and the Swiss.
Yeah, of course the Swiss.
They each eat about 24 pounds a year. The average Swiss person eats 24 pounds of chocolate
of
a
Toblerone.
year. Oh, man, I'm sure they're like, Toblerone.
See, I don't like chocolate snobs because I like a variety of chocolate. People that turn their nose up at like a milk chocolate bar, it still tastes good. I like milk chocolate, but I also like the nice dark chocolate.
You're equal opportunity chocolate eater.
I love chocolate, dude. It's so good.
But Americans eat about 12 pounds a year, by the way, 10 to 12. That's still a lot of chocolate.
It is. It's a lot
Man.
of chocolate. So we talked earlier. Well, I guess let's talk a little bit about the health properties of chocolate
Yes.
because that's a big deal. They have things called flavonoids and phenolics, antioxidants that help protect your heart. Same stuff that's found in wine. Mm-hmm. If you're eating the dark chocolate, milk chocolate's not good for you.
No, but it is in some ways, which I will mention in a second.
Okay. But it can help prevent bad cholesterol, lower your risk of heart disease. That's if you're eating dark chocolate and not a ton of it, like 1.5 ounces or so.
Right, and I think the purer the chocolate, the better it is for you, the more flavonoids present.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also it's also been long suspected that chocolate has an effect on your mood in that it improves your mood.
Yeah.
And I saw a study from 2007 that finally was like, okay, well, I think we all agree that chocolate improves the mood. How long does it last?
Yeah.
And they figured out that like if you're in a bad mood or in any kind of mood, chocolate will improve your mood. It has a noticeable effect.
Yeah.
But it only lasts for 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. And it's almost instantaneous too. So the researchers were like, well, it's not possible that it's all of these, like, there's cannabinoids, which are also found in pot.
Yeah.
There's other compounds that have an effect on our neurotransmitters, but it's not possible to eat chocolate and have your mood improved via that because it takes about an hour for those compounds to get to our brain.
And then it lasts for 3 minutes?
Yes, and it's immediate.
Oh, okay.
So it's not those. They think
okay.
that it's the flavor and the taste and the pleasure
Yeah.
that comes from chocolate hitting the tongue.
Well, that's like a good pan-fried steak is good for my mood, too.
Exactly.
You know?
Right. So you should eat steak and chocolate a lot because it's good for your mood. Every 3 minutes at least. I wonder how long steak lasts, though.
I don't know.
But the other exceptional thing about chocolate hitting your tongue and it having probably an effect on your mood is that, remember that that point that they bake chocolate crystals to is 93 degrees. Well, your tongue is 90 something and change. It's usually more than that.
Yeah.
So the chocolate melts and those flavor crystals melt just perfectly, just touching your tongue too.
Yeah, just because it's close to our own body temperature.
Right.
That's pretty neat.
So that would have some sort of effect on your. That would explain why it happens immediately.
Gotcha.
With good chocolate too.
We should talk about theobromine for a second. It's a chemical compound. It's an alkaloid that's in chocolate and some other foods, plant-based foods. And it has a similar effect as caffeine. And they do use it, just like caffeine, to help treat heart conditions, some heart conditions, like narrowing of the blood vessels or stimulating the heart. Mm-hmm. And that's also the thing in it that is bad for your dogs.
Oh, yeah?
Theobromine.
Huh.
Which is why you don't want to feed your dog chocolate.
No, you don't.
I think most everyone knows this by now.
Yeah.
A little bit will make them just kind of sick, but if they eat too much, it can kill them.
It'll make them dead.
Yeah, which is the worst kind of sick. And we mentioned earlier the child labor, sort of like with coffee, exploiting kids to mine these coffee beans. And as many as 200,000 children work in the cacao fields.
In Cote d'Ivoire alone, I think.
Yeah, and that's just in the Ivory Coast. So, and some of them are child slaves. So, if you want to not do that, you search out fair trade or organic. Apparently organic chocolate isn't grown from those farms.
Supposedly, but that technically has nothing to do with it being organic.
No, but I think they just said that the organic farms aren't
Right.
slave farms.
Gotcha.
So, fair trade, as always, might cost you a little more.
What else is there? You got anything else?
I don't think I have anything else.
The Japanese apparently have 2 days for chocolate exchange exclusively. There's Valentine's Day,
Boo.
where women give men chocolate.
Yeah.
And then there's White Day a month later, which was apparently invented by a candy maker.
Of course it was.
Where men give women chocolate. And even if you don't like the woman who gave you chocolate, you're still obligated to give her chocolate. It's Giri Choco, which means obligation chocolates.
Yeah, see, I ignore all those, like, clearly corporate sponsored.
Right. Do you call your mom on Mother's Day and just go to hell?
I do.
No, you don't. You're nice to
and
your
she
mom.
appreciates the call. She's I'm just like, I'm so glad you
You
remembered.
called me this year.
No, Mother's Day, that's different. Mother's Day and Father's Day, I'll endorse those.
Those are completely, blatantly made up holidays?
Yeah, but I don't buy them anything. It's not like there's a...
Well, there you go. You figured out a way to stick it to the man.
It's not a gift behind that I have to get.
I believe a woman invented Mother's Day, and by the end of her life was like actively, vocally protesting against the celebration of it because it had been hijacked by
Oh, really?
the greeting card companies.
Yeah, I'll usually do like go to lunch or something like that.
Nice.
That's all my mom wants is time.
Yeah, oh, sure.
You know?
Yeah. Good for you, Chuck. You're a good son.
I try to be.
Okay, well, that's it for us talking about Chuck's relationship with his mom, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
And chocolate.
there's a whole other list of things we could get into, but that's not for this room.
Chuck is a good son. If you want to learn more about chocolate, right,
Yeah.
you can type that word into the search bar at howstuffworks.com. And since I said search bar, it's time for listener mail.
I'm going to call this one from a teacher because you put out the call to teachers, how can we fix the system?
I feel like we did that together.
And we got a lot of calls and emails from teachers. Not calls, just emails.
He got
Call outs.
Hey, guys.
So this is, and there were a lot of great emails, and I could only pick one. So this is from Colin. Hey guys, I've been a history teacher for the past 7 years. It is my profession of choice, and I look forward to being an old fossil of a teacher one day. You're asking about problems with the educational system and possible solutions. I come from an interesting angle. I'm a public school teacher and spent the past 6 years at an inner city middle school. There I experienced the following challenges, 1 through 3. 1, parents essentially being absent, therefore having the teachers do the parenting. Number 2, lack of accountability for students while everything is pushed onto the teachers. And number 3, unrealistic demands by the federal government that is not supported by sufficient funding or resources.
Can you see that list written on a chalkboard?
Yeah.
Like that is a teacher list right
It's
there.
a teacher list. And lastly, my probably most, unfortunately, a lack of respect for my profession. My people have been called parasites and lazy by certain politicians and are accused of doing next to nothing and just enjoying summer vacations. In reality, we are often underpaid and overworked. These are teachers who, there are teachers who do make a good wage, but that is often after 20 plus years in the school system. My wife and I, due to the economy, have received just 1 raise in 7 years.
Wow.
So after 3/4 of a decade, we're still almost making the same as a first-year teacher. And then he went on to talk about charter schools, sort of at length, which I won't get into. But I think we should do a podcast on charter schools at some point.
We need to do a podcast on like education, on the education system or
Like
something.
a suite.
Yeah, sweet.
So anyways, guys, sorry for the book. I'm sure an email this long would never be read on the show.
That was reverse psychology.
It was.
And it worked.
But you guys rock, and thanks for taking the time to even read it. Have a great day, Colin.
Thanks, Mr. C. We appreciate you writing in. We appreciate everybody writing in. I mean, like, if you put all of them together, you start to get a clear picture because, you know, he named just 3.
Yeah.
We've gotten all sorts of different suggestions. Standardized testing is a big one that kept coming up. Yeah, there's a lot wrong we found out. Like, I think we were kind of hoping to fix things, but now I'm just realizing what a daunting task is facing the U.S. education system.
Yeah. We'll do our part by podcasting and running our mouths about it.
Okay. Well, if you want to get in touch with us to let us know anything, how to fix anything, a toaster oven, the education system, what have you. You can tweet to us at SYSK Podcast. You can join us on Facebook.com/Stuff You Should Know. You can send us an email, which probably work best, to stuffpodcast@discovery.com. That's right?
That's right.
And then, of course, you should always visit our home on the web. Make it your homepage, stuffyoushouldknow.com.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com.
Brought to you by the all-new 2014 Toyota Corolla.
Everyone knows winter is the real mess maker. You don't need WeatherTech floor liners for summer unless you hit the beach and half the beach ends up back in your car, or the campsite dirt ends up in your trunk. Then you'd want a cargo liner, or a road trip goes sideways, lemonade spills, ketchup goes rogue, ice cream drips. Yeah, you'd be pretty happy about those WeatherTech seat protectors. So just to be clear, as the mud you're inevitably going to step in this summer, you don't need WeatherTech unless you plan on doing summer. Visit WeatherTech.com today. You know, you could be adored by everyone and still completely ignored by your cat. Trust me, I know. But if you feed your cat Sheba, you can go from being ignored to truly adored in 12 days guaranteed or your money back. Sheba has a full menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, even a kitten's menu. It's so cute. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater. Like Sheba Puree, it's made with bone broth, their chef-inspired flavors. It's got a smooth and creamy texture that cats love and contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. It's food that your cat's gonna love. To learn more, check out Sheba.com. That's SHEBA.com.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed Human.